Good morning, traders. How are you? I hope you are all well. Welcome to the live stream. I love the live stream. I love to hear all of your questions, guys. I hope you're having a good trading week so far. And as part of the live stream, guys, we will still look back at yesterday's trades. We'll look at today's potential trades, and we'll look at the important news as always, guys. But in between, what we're going to do is answer as many of your questions as you can possibly give me, guys. Yeah. So it can be about anything, guys. It could be about a trading pair that you're trading. It could be about psychology, money management. It can be about whatever you like to do with trading. Yeah. So anything you need help with, then please get your questions ready, guys. Yeah. We would love to hear from you. What else do you need to know? Yesterday was a tricky day, but we still managed to make a little bit of profit. So we'll look at that in a minute. And also, guys, yeah, just a couple of shout outs. Yeah. So don't forget the Discord channel. You'll see the link in the video description or in the live chat. So come join us for that. Our community on Discord, guys, is just blossoming like a beautiful sunflower on a English summer's day. Okay, I have unusual analogies, I admit. But yeah, come join it, guys. If you want trade ideas, knowledge, bounce ideas off each other, then yeah, it's a great place to come and join, guys. Also, don't forget the live stream. This may sound silly that I mention it right now because you're on the live stream. But yeah, every Wednesday, guys, we do this. A live stream every Wednesday, 6:30 London GMT. All right, so yeah, come join us for that. And finally, what else do you need to know? Yeah, the mentorship program, guys. If you would like to be mentored one-on-one with myself, then please drop us an email. All the information about all of this is on the Discord, is in the video description. Right, let's see who we've got on. All right, morning, Tony. Morning, Kev. Morning, Hassan. Good morning to you too. I hope you are all well. Yeah, and guys, get all your questions ready. Get them over to me. So let's make a start, guys. Let's look back at yesterday's trades first of all. So yeah, the first one, guys, was this. It was US dollar against the Swiss franc, all right? And we were looking to buy this pair, okay? So price was clearly in a downtrend. It was once in an uptrend, okay? But when price started breaking down, it's clearly in a downtrend. But once it gets down to here, it's obviously very oversold. You don't even need an indicator to tell you that. Yeah, any oscillator will tell you that is oversold. And it was bouncing off of this area here as well. So it was a key weekly level, and price has been bouncing up ever since. And all we were trying to do, guys, was follow this upward momentum with this candle. Yeah, potentially back up to here and towards this moving average 20. Yeah, and the psychological level. All right, so that was the idea from yesterday, guys, but let's take a look at the H1 to see if we could actually get in. And the answer is no, guys, all right? I didn't get in on this pair. So obviously this area here, the last H1 low, this was an interesting area for me because as you know, guys, if you follow the channel, follow my trade ideas, I love, love, love being with H1 structure. Yeah, more than I love Gail Godot on a desert island with some vodka. All right, that's how much I love being with H1 trend. And if this held here, we were with H1 trend, but the candles that we got that bounced off of this level just didn't fill me with confidence. Yeah, look at these green candles. None of them told me that buyers were going to take price back up to here. Okay, so because of these candles, it's very important, guys, that you learn how to read candles. All the information you need is in the candles. Yeah, it basically tells you who's in control, buyers or sellers. Okay, so read the candlesticks. Yeah, please read the candlesticks. So these candlesticks would have kept you out of trouble. Yeah, so we have a wick on this one. This is a rejection wick. None of these candles are telling us to go and buy this pair. Okay, kept me out of trouble. And then eventually we got this candle, got a break of this level, and then I'm not interested, guys. Yeah, H1 structure has broken down, and we don't get a bearish reaction in this grey zone, and price instead just uses this level as a resistance. All right, guys, so we didn't have a trade on US dollar Swiss franc. And this was the same across all of the dollar pairs yesterday. So Aussie dollar, US dollar, again, we were looking for a retrace. So, and another thing with this pair, guys, is it was coming off of a weekly level. If I put this level in, okay, yeah. So you can clearly see on the weekly chart, what was once support is now potential resistance. Okay, so we have room on the weekly chart, and the weekly chart is still in a downtrend. Okay, so this filled us with confidence. And if we drop down to the day chart, guys, admittedly, you know, the day is upwards. Okay, but because of this weekly resistance area, I still think we had enough room to retrace down to this grey zone and this blue line. Okay, and we still might, guys, but we need to see what happens today. So that was the idea. And if I zoom in as well, guys, we had a very bearish candle. Okay, so we just wanted to take all of this selling pressure from this weekly resistance level back down to this grey zone. All right, that was the idea. Then, as you know, guys, my weekly and day charts are always my reasons for buying, selling, or staying the hell out of the market. So from what I showed you, I was happy to sell this pair. And then I dropped down to the H1 chart, guys, and then I'm looking for my grey zones. If I extend this grey zone out a little bit. Okay, so what were we seeing here? So price did come up into our grey zone, yeah, and we got this bearish candle form here. Okay, it was a little bit early for me, guys, because I don't trade until the European Open or London Open. It was a little bit early for me, so perhaps some of you did get in on this H1 candle. Okay, but obviously, guys, if your stop's above here, you would have got stopped out. But it was a bit too early for me. And then when I see price break this level, again, these highs here, when they are broken, H1 structure has changed again. Okay, so when H1 structure breaks, yeah, we're in an uptrend. But as we're looking now, this level here is holding. So it'll be interesting to see if price starts breaking down from here. Okay, then we could still look for potential shorts. But yesterday, guys, once we had this H1 break, yeah, I was less inclined to take this. So I didn't trade this pair either, guys. Yeah, so all of the US dollar pairs, the H1 structures were breaking, which sort of kept me out of the trade, really. Okay, Tony, Euro Yen and gold. I will definitely do that for you, Tony, a regular to our channel and our Discord channel. I will do that for you very shortly, Tony. Let's just take a look at the other euro pair that we were looking at. Sorry, US dollar major pair we were looking at. And it was the euro, guys. Okay. And for similar reasons, guys, yeah, I just wanted to follow this selling pressure potentially, and the fact we had this bearish candle. Just wanted to follow this down to here or potentially here. But again, guys, if we go down to the H1 chart, structure was never with us. Yeah, ever since, you know, we had this candle here, you can just see H1 structure was in an uptrend, okay, and continued up. So again, guys, all of the US dollar pairs where we were looking for that retrace, we never got it because of the fact that the H1 structure was never with us. And I love being with H1 structure. I also love vodka first thing in the morning. Okay, that's it. I feel better now. Excuse me. All right, so Tony, let's have a look at the trade ideas that you were interested in. So let's look at euro yen. I'm going to move these levels so you can see my thinking on this pair. Okay, so guys, this is what I suggest you do every morning with every pair. All right, you do a top-down approach. Yeah, even if you're trading like 15-minute hourly, then you still need to know the bigger picture, because if you're with the higher time frame trends, it will give you more confidence to trade that pair. So what are we seeing on euro yen? I am seeing an uptrend. Okay, so this is what you should do with every pair, guys. First of all, we should look at structure. What is structure telling us? It's telling us it is in an uptrend. Okay. Okay, that is what structure is telling us. Yeah, higher lows, higher highs. Not quite a higher high here, but yeah, it's telling us that price is in an uptrend. Then I look for important levels for this pair. Okay, and I would say this is an important level. Okay, because what you'll see, guys, even this candle here closed back within this grey zone. So for me, this grey zone has not been broken. Okay, because all of the next candles you can see here have all closed within this high. Okay, so for me, yeah, this grey zone hasn't been broken. So this is an important grey zone. Okay, and then I want to see what candlesticks are telling me. Okay, so we look at structure, we plot our support and resistance, and then we ask ourselves, what are the candlesticks telling me on the weekly chart? And, you know, this is telling me sellers are potentially in control of this market. The next candle doesn't tell me buyers are in control, sellers are still in control of this market. But obviously, we would need to see what this candle does. It hasn't finished forming yet. It will finish forming on Friday, because Friday is the end of the week, just in case you didn't know that. So yeah, I would need to see what this candle does next. But something's telling me it's going to come up and close back down. Okay, but let's look at more information. Okay, this is all I'm doing, guys. It's just getting more and more information to make informed trades. All right, so the next one is the day chart. Let's gather some more information. Okay, simple as that. So yeah, this large grey zone that we've put through here, you can obviously see that it's important on the day chart. Okay, so I don't need to adjust this grey zone. Yeah, it's a good grey zone even for the day chart as well, guys. All right, so yeah, what are we seeing now? So we are potentially seeing, you know, structure trying to break down as well. So we've got higher highs, higher lows, doesn't create a higher high, yeah, doesn't create lower lows, but then creates a lower high. Okay, so I'm seeing lower highs. I'm also seeing price, you know, trying to push down lower. It did close back within with these wicks here, but yeah, this is what I'm seeing. So for me, if price comes back up to maybe this level, okay, yeah, and then we get a reaction to the downside, I would be looking for shorts here. Okay, that's what I would be looking for. And so potentially this becomes an important zone as well. So this area here. All right, guys, so that's what I'm seeing on the weekly and daily. But let's take a look at the lower time frames now. So H4, an important zone has been broken. Okay, and as you can see, the H4 is slowly coming. It keeps wanting to break this level. Okay, but it's not until this candle here that we actually got a structure break. Okay, and that was 8 hours ago. Okay, so let's zoom in. So if you were to say to me, Tom, how would you trade this today? Because we've broken this last H4 high, and you know, H4 structure is clearly in an uptrend, and look at the bullishness of these candles, yeah, I would wait for a retrace and then take price higher. That's how I would trade it intraday. That's how I would trade it today. Okay. So I would, and my take profit would be, back up to this grey zone where potentially I'm looking for a bearish reaction to take shorts from. But intraday, because of this H4 break here, yeah, these levels eventually got broken with this candle. Yeah, I would look for buys, guys. Look for buys up into this zone. So that's what I would do, Tony. I hope that helps. Let's look at the H1 as well, just finally. Yeah, and as you can see, guys, we've seen a break here as well. So perhaps a retest here, and then we can start buying this pair. If price comes back into this grey zone and starts breaking down, not interested. Okay, but Euro Yen, I would buy it today. That's what we're looking at right now. Okay, and gold and Robertson. Robertson, I recognize your name from the other week. Welcome back, Robertson. Yeah, so Robertson and Tony, gold, this is for you. So gold is at a very interesting level. Let me find it for you. Okay, so gold, we have been shorting down to this zone. But again, let's start with the weekly chart. Okay. So with the weekly chart, guys, yeah, this grey zone here was the important zone. All right. Because it was once support. Yeah. Support. And then it broke, come down, become resistance. Okay. But since then, price has shot back off to the upside, breaking out of that zone. Okay. And on the weekly chart, guys, I am seeing an upward structure now. Okay. So we was in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Didn't create a lower low. And as you can see, this level held. And guys, this is always a red flag. If you're not getting lower lows on a downtrend, trend could be changing. And then sure enough, when price shoots back up here, okay, and breaks this high here, then for me, the weekly chart is in an uptrend. Okay, so we're in an uptrend, guys. This is first and foremost what I'm seeing on the weekly chart. Then I'm going to look at potential candles. So this is obviously telling us buyers are in control. Yeah, this is bearish, but sellers haven't taken control back. Buyers are still in control of this market. Okay, and I think we could take price potentially back up to here to start with. Yeah, this level here. Okay, this psychological level of 18,000. So judging by the weekly chart, I'll be looking for buys. If we go down to the day chart now, guys, as you can see, I've already plotted these grey zones. So yeah, this area here was once very good resistance. Yeah, and price came down. But ever since we've had a structure break on the daily as well. Yeah, when this broke, this was a structure break on the daily, and it has pushed up like a crazy maniac, which we saw on the weekly chart. And now it's retraced back into this zone. So this zone is crying out for buys, to be quite honest. Yeah, I'll be looking to buy this if we start getting a bullish reaction. Okay, if we look closely now at the candlesticks, guys, yeah, none of these candlesticks tell us we've had a bullish enough reaction. Maybe today, yeah, it's looking like it's reacting today. Maybe today we will get this bullish reaction, but I'm looking for a bullish reaction. Then I think we can at least take price back up to these last highs. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on gold, guys. If we drop down to the lower time frame, let's drop down to the hourly. Yeah, so as you can see, guys, it's having a real big push off currently off of this zone, which corresponds with these last lows. What I would like to see is a change in H1 structure, and we could potentially trade this. Okay, so if price comes down, then we get a break of this structure. Yeah, and then something like this. Okay, so yeah, this would be a trade idea for today, guys. Yeah, gold against the US dollar. If we start seeing this breaking up like this, then yeah, we should start looking for buys. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at there, guys. Okay, so Robertson, Tony, I hope that answers your question. Ravindra, please offer premium Telegram channel signals. Well, Ravindra, what we're going to do, we're going to offer premium signals via the Discord channel. So guys, if you haven't joined the Discord channel, we're going to launch this in January probably now, but we're going to give you, premium signals. Okay, so come join the Discord channel, and you'll receive them there. And also, guys, if you're enjoying this analysis and would like to receive it every day, then come join us. Subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, smash the like button. Yeah, help support the channel, and you get great trade ideas every day. What's not to like? Right, Kevin, a regular to our Discord channel and on the YouTube channel, also showed us his scalping strategy recently, which everyone really enjoyed. Thank you, Kevin. Can you have a look at the NASDAQ and the pound yen? All right, so let's have a look at the NASDAQ to start with, guys. So, yeah, this is, I reckon this is going to range, okay? But again, I've already got all my gray zones mapped out, yeah? So what we're seeing here, guys, is basically selling and buying pressure at the same time, okay? So again, let's start with the weekly, just to give us a higher time frame view, okay? So weekly is a strange one because we've got lower lows, but then we have higher highs and then lower lows. Yeah, we've got higher highs and we've got lower lows. Okay, so the weekly chart is puzzling, shall we say. All right, and then if we drop down to the day chart, this is where all the real information's at with this pair. So obviously price, let's zoom out a little bit more so you can see why I plotted this gray zone. So this first gray zone here, guys, yeah, this is an important level. It acted as support or resistance many times, okay, and again here. So that's an important zone, all right? And then obviously when price come down on the NASDAQ, it ranged, yeah, for this gray zone, these two gray zones, this one and this one, okay? So it was ranging, but then we've got a break, yeah? We've got a break of this range, okay? So you'd be thinking, buy, buy, buy. But the problem is you're buying into this area of resistance. So what basically you have with the NASDAQ is selling pressure from this level, and you have buying pressure from this level. So it wouldn't surprise me if you see this until we have a winner. Okay. Yeah. If you have buying and selling pressure like that, guys, then, and this is strong higher time frame buying and selling pressure. If you have buying seller or selling pressure meeting in the middle like this, it's going to range. Yeah, it's going to range. Okay, so yeah, difficult one. Okay, and also, guys, so basically that, Kevin, yeah, I'm going to see it's going to just range between these two zones until we get a winner. Okay, we want to see this break out to here, we can take longs, or if it comes back into this zone, we can take shorts. But this here, okay, but this here is like no man's land. All right, so that's what I'm seeing. I know you're a scalper, Kevin, so let's drop down to the lower time frame charts. Let's take a look at the H1. Okay, so yeah, based on this, guys, I think if we get a bullish candle, we're with H1 structure. Okay, we're with H1 structure, maybe a retrace down to this gray zone. We could start taking buys back up to this level here. All right, so intraday, I would buy this pair up to this level. All right, I mean, you could leave some on the trade and take it back up to this gray zone. Okay, and it's supported by a lot of buying pressure there as well. Okay, so yeah, NASDAQ today, I would buy this pair. Okay, and then also what you'd like to look at, Kevin, is pound Japanese yen. So let's have a look at that as well. So pound Japanese yen. Again, okay, so let's have a look at the weekly, guys. Okay, so what I've been seeing here, let's remove this. Let's remove these zones. So this area here was obviously a super important zone for the yen, the pound yen. It just kept reacting at this level. We thought we was off to the downside here, but no, the weakness of the yen still had more room. Okay, but then ever since it's got back up here, look how bearish these candles are. Okay, so again, there's a lot of selling pressure here. All right, I would say sellers are in control of the weekly chart. Yeah, and they're trying to push price down. And we're just about holding on to this zone here. This zone here is holding, and we close back below it. All right, so weekly, I'm seeing a lot of selling pressure. If we go to the day chart, yeah, this is also reflected in the day chart, guys, because this zone through here was an important zone. Okay, so let's plot that in. All right, so this is an important zone for this pair. So it was acting as resistance. When it breaks, it acts as support. It was support again, but now it's broke. Okay, and then for me, we are structurally in a downtrend. We have lower highs, yeah, and we have lower lows. Okay, so we're in a downtrend. We're seeing weekly selling pressure. The day chart is in a downtrend. So for me, shorts. Okay, but again, I still think there's an important zone here that we need to take into account as well. Okay, so this takes into account obviously this last high and this area here that was once resistance. Okay. Okay, so I think this is important level. Again, if we drop down to the H1 chart, it's scruffy. Yeah, very scruffy. There's a lot of I don't know what to do with myself. Okay, and I like this because we're going to get a strong move one way or the other eventually. So for me, I would need to see potentially a break of these levels. Yeah, so if price breaks above this zone, yeah, I think we've got room to the upside and that daily grey zone that I spoke about. And then if we break down below this low here, I think H1 structure's changed and we've got room down to this grey zone and probably this 16650 level. So the yen, yeah, that's what I'm seeing, guys. I need to let the H1 guide me here. Yeah, so if it breaks up longs, if it breaks below this box of indecision, yeah, this box of indecision, need to see a breakout of here. Okay, and then that will dictate the direction I take. All right, Kev. So yeah, I hope that helps with NASDAQ and the pound yen. Let me take a look now. And also, guys, yeah, if you've got any more questions, please send them over. Your questions are my fuel and this drink, but mainly your questions. So, guys, yeah, get all your questions over to me. And it doesn't have to be about charts. I know you guys are in trades as we speak, or you're looking at currency pairs, but if you've got anything to ask me about money management, psychology, strategies, techniques, yeah, things I've learned over the years, then please ask me about anything you like. Nothing about my personal life. Okay, that's a joke. My personal life's not a joke. That was a joke. Okay, anyway, where was I? Let's have a look at today's trades now, guys. So yeah, gold, I explained to you guys. I've already explained this earlier on. So yeah, if you're, excuse me. So this one, guys, this is a key zone here. Okay, so we just want to see a bounce off of here, perhaps H1 structure, and then we can take price back up to this high. Okay, so gold is yeah, a trade idea for today. As I showed you earlier, guys, I need to be with H1 structure. I really do. And currently structure's in a downtrend. So I just want to see a break of this and then it can come higher. Yeah, once we get a break of this level here, yeah, we can start looking for buys. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for gold. That's my first trade idea for today. The second one is this, guys. It's basically a couple of New Zealand pairs are at very interesting levels. All right, so the first one is this New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen. Okay, and as you can see, yeah, if I plot this, you can see it is at a very interesting level, guys. Okay, I would even make this gray zone include all of these as well. Okay, so it's quite a large gray zone, but it's reacted here, 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 and let's see if it reacts here now again. Okay, so excuse me, got a real frog in my throat this morning. So let's see if it reacts here. Okay, also if we look at the day trend, guys, yeah, it feels to me like buyers are slowing. Yeah, I mean, look at the wicks. We keep seeing wicks. You know, I love a wicks, but we haven't had a real strong bearish candle as yet. But it just tells me buyers are not confident here. That's what it's telling me. Okay, so this area becomes even more important. If we get a reaction here, we can start taking price lower. Okay, in an ideal world, guys, I'd like to see a daily reaction in the form of a bearish candle. Okay, but what I want to see is the H1, guys. So this here was the New Zealand dollar interest rate decision. So we've had that this morning. So that's obviously going to interfere with things. But what I would like to see, guys, is this. Yeah, so price is clearly in an uptrend on the H1. It's created a new... Sorry. Let me have another drink. Yeah. So price has made a new higher low on the H1. Okay, if this high holds and then price starts breaking down, yeah, I think we can start looking for shorts, guys. Yeah, if price starts coming up above here, yeah, not really interested. I need to see a breakdown in H1 structure. So if we see something like this, then yes, we can start shorting this pair at that grey zone. Okay, so New Zealand Japanese yen, that's what I'm looking at for today, guys. Another interesting one is New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. But again, you know, this interest rate decision happened. Okay, this is on the H1 chart. Okay, but let's again look at the weekly chart because this is a bit of a weekly play. So price is clearly in a downtrend on the weekly chart. It's used this area once, twice, and now it's come all the way back up to this grey zone. And for me, it's still in a downtrend until this high is broken. Yeah, still in a downtrend on the weekly chart. And the fact that price is so far away from this moving average, I still think we have some room to the downside. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on the weekly chart. If we go to the daily chart now, guys, we've also seen a bit of a reaction at this grey zone in terms of a wick here, and then we had a bearish candle, just, you know, a couple of dojis. Okay, but the problem with today is that we've had that interest rate news and it's just pushed price up. But again, we just want to see price break down. All right, so again, let's look at the H1 chart now, and pretty similar story to New Zealand yen, guys. Yeah, what we want to see is price come down, come up to this, stay within this grey zone, not create higher highs. Yeah, we've got a lower low here, and then again, I want to see price start breaking this low. Yeah, potentially coming back up, and then we can take price lower. Again, guys, if it starts making higher highs here, not interested. Okay, but if H1 structure starts breaking down, I think we've got a good potential short with New Zealand Canadian dollar. So yeah, New Zealand Japanese yen short and New Zealand Canadian dollar short. And also, guys, gold. Yeah, gold as well. Gold long. They're the three trade ideas for today. One that is interesting to me, excuse me, is this, guys. Okay, so I'm just keeping an eye on a couple of things. Is pound Aussie dollar. So this was a trade from yesterday. So let me just show you why we were long in this pair, guys. So first of all, let's look at the weekly chart. Okay, and guys, yeah, if you've got any questions, get them over to me, guys. We've probably got about another 20 minutes left on the stream. So yeah, get your questions over to me. And also, guys, if you're enjoying it, if you're enjoying the live stream, guys, then come join us. Subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, and also smash the like button. We would love to have you on our channel. So pound Aussie dollar, we're still looking to buy this pair. Okay, it's not necessarily a trade idea for today, but this was definitely a trade idea yesterday. So since we've broke these highs here, price was clearly in a downtrend, but it broke up, yeah, and broke these highs. So structurally on the weekly chart, we're in an uptrend. And then last week we had this bullish candle. So this tells me we can at least get back up to these highs, which is why my target is here, this 18,000 psychological level. So yeah, I think we can definitely get back up to this level based on the weekly chart. If we go down to the day chart now, guys, again, let me make this grey zone a little bit bigger so you can see that candle more clearly. Yeah, and then also on the day trend, guys, structure was in a downtrend, yeah, when it broke this low, yeah, and then we had this area came back down. But now we've broken this area here. Yeah, this area here has been broken. Okay, so technically we're in an uptrend. If I zoom in, yeah, like I say, this area here was broken and we've had this bullish candle. Okay, so that's why we were buying from yesterday, guys. And this candle doesn't tell me that sellers have taken over. Yeah, I still think we can make it back up to here. Trade that I took, and it was a profitable one. But what I was seeing was this, guys. I had my grey zone mapped out. Yeah, this grey zone, quite large. But what I wanted to see was a bullish reaction in this grey zone. And that's exactly what we got here. Yeah, we got a bullish reaction. I got a slight retrace. I entered here, put my stop below here, and then took price back up to here, back up to these highs. I've closed 80%, which makes me a happy trader. And now I'm going to basically see what price action does. So if this zone holds, yeah, and we see a push off here, yeah, I'll just move up my, remember this is only 20% remaining, my stop loss. I will move my stop loss here. All right, but this was a textbook trade, guys. Come into our grey zone, bullish candlestick, take price back up to the H1 highs. Take some profit, especially in these volatile times, and then let 20% run. Okay, so that was the trade, the profitable trade from yesterday. Okay, Eric, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Let's take a look at that for you. And welcome, Eric. Eric is also a regular on the Discord channel, sharing his trade ideas and learning from others. So yeah, welcome again, Eric. Okay, so Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Let's take a look at this. Let's firstly look at the weekly chart. So first of all, what strikes you about this is that it's clearly in a downtrend. Yeah, You don't have to be Warren Buffett to see that. You are clearly in a downtrend. It was in an uptrend. We're clearly in a downtrend. The problem I have with this is it's so oversold. Yeah. If you look at the moving average 20, which acts as my guide, I mean, you don't even need an indicator to see that this is oversold. Yeah. Very oversold. I'm not saying it won't go lower, but eventually it's going to have a pop back up towards this moving average 20. Yeah. So very oversold, but we are in a downtrend. Okay. If we go to the day chart now, okay, so these were these grey zones that I was interested in, okay, and still am. But you'll see yesterday, yeah, if we look at the candles, so we've been shorting this ourselves, guys, yeah, we've been shorting this, yeah, we were looking for shorts from this zone here, okay, it's been a nice profitable pair for us over the last week or so. But it's getting to a point where it's too oversold. And then if I start seeing candles like this, it is a bearish candle, but these wicks here, okay? And then also, you know, we've got a bearish candle, but this hasn't formed yet. So it'll be interesting to see the wick on this pair, this candle today as well. But if we start seeing these wicks that want to push price up, then yeah, I think we have a retrace on our hands. Yeah, potentially back to this level. Okay, and then we could start looking for shorts again. But for me, I'm not willing to keep shorting this pair at the moment because it's so oversold. You know, once I get a retrace into here, then perhaps I could look at shorts. But currently, right now, too oversold to keep selling. Yeah, I'd be looking for a retrace. All right, Eric, so I hope that helps with your understanding of Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Robertson, pound Swiss franc. For about how then I will sell. Okay, so yeah, pound Swiss franc in daily seems like an evening star, so I'm waiting on the 4 hour to break. Okay, and then I will sell. Okay, so let's have a look then. Pound against the Swiss franc. Okay. Let's find it for you. Pound Swiss franc. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at this one, but let's start with the weekly chart. Okay. So you're looking for sells. I mean, obviously, Robertson, it depends what type of trader you are. If you're a swing trader, an intraday trader, or a scalper, you know, but I'm going to give you a top-down approach, so that will hopefully answer all of these questions for you. So first and foremost, yeah, we are in a weekly downtrend, but that was when the pound was falling off the side of the earth, yeah, and then nothing but buying since, and then it's retraced, and we had selling pressure, okay. So you can see that with these red candles. But if I zoom in, we've got a very bullish weekly candle. Okay. If I was a swing trader, I wouldn't like selling into this candle. Okay. But weekly structure is in a downtrend. Okay. If we look across, there's also this zone here. Sometimes this happens in the markets. Okay, so it was once a very good area of support here, and then when price breaks it, comes back up, it then uses the same area as a potential area of support again. Okay, so these are a couple of things I'm seeing on the weekly chart. If we go down to the day chart now, to be honest with you, first and foremost, I don't like any of these candles. They're all it doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell me buyers are in control or sellers are in control. Okay. But if we look at the day trend in terms of structure, okay, it is in a downtrend. Okay. We've got lower highs, lower lows. All right. So structurally on the day chart, we're on a downtrend. So potentially I would need to look for shorts. Okay. Then let's go down to the H4 chart and tell us what that's telling us. Okay, so this is that structure you're talking about, Robertson. This area here. You're waiting for a break of this, and then we can move price down. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. The problem with this is you've got a bit of this grey zone should be bigger, because what you need to take into account, yeah, is all of this, because this area, let me remove this bigger triangle, bigger rectangle. So it would constitute a H4 breakdown, but then what you are doing, you're potentially selling into this area here, and this area here was once a very good area of resistance, so could become a potential area for support. So this grey zone is bigger than you think. It's not just as easy as that for me. Yeah, not just this. Okay, because I still think you have resistance here, support here, sorry. Okay, if we look down at the H1 chart now, let's keep this grey zone in. So price is, it's breaking down. Yeah, it's trying to break down. Okay, so let's see what happens here. And you could trade it. You could trade it from here, potentially back down to this psychological level. Okay, but you do have to be aware of this H4 potential support over here. Okay, but looking on the H1 chart, yeah, I agree with your trade idea, Robertson. A little break of this zone, retest. We do have some room to move into. I think this is a good level, this 1,250. Okay, so yeah, all right. So yeah, I think we could trade that intraday, but it would be an intraday trade, yeah, because of that weekly bullish candle. Norman, hi Tom, what lot size and number of positions do you recommend when starting with $200? The problem with $200, Norman, is your margin is going to get eaten up very quickly. You have to trade tiny amounts of money, especially if you want to be in numerous trades. Yeah, so I would start with the smallest lot size you can, and then look at the impact that has on your margin. Okay, and then you can gauge it from there. Yeah, I've never traded a $200 account, so I can't really, but yeah, do that. Trade the smallest size you can, look at the impact on your margin, and then you can increase it according to your margin. Okay. What pairs are you considering today? Yeah, so I am looking at New Zealand Canadian dollar short. If we get a H1 structure breakdown, New Zealand yen short if we get a H1 structure breakdown, and gold against US dollar long if we get a structure up break. What's an up break? A structured change on the H1 to the upside. There we go. Okay. Imi Sultan, please say it in 1 hour time frame. Okay, I will, but which pair, Imi? Let me know which pair. Okay. What else do I need to show you today? Yeah, so I showed you the trade ideas, guys. I showed you the trades from yesterday. I think it's time to show you the news, the exciting world of news. It's a very busy news day today, guys. So let me just take you through it all. So I hope you can see the news on your screen. But obviously, this has been and gone, guys. So, yeah, November 23rd, Wednesday, November 23rd. So the first one was the interest rate of New Zealand, guys. So that, followed by the press conference, has obviously made the New Zealand dollar, well, any New Zealand pair, super volatile. And you can see we've had some some strength in the New Zealand as a result. If we carry on down, guys, the next piece of data that we're interested in is potentially this, guys. Okay, I think the PMI data, all this PMI data coming out of the UK at 10:30 London GMT, this could all move any pound pair, guys. So must be aware of that. If we carry on down, guys, We've also got this at 2:30 coming out of the States, 2:30 London GMT. We've got durable goods orders and also jobless claims, guys. Both of these are important and can move any US dollar pair. And then after that, guys, at 4 o'clock, we've got this coming out of the US. We've got Michigan consumer sentiment. So another high rating. This could move any US dollar pair. What else is there, guys? We've got crude oil inventories today as well, so keep an eye out for that. And also, guys, yeah, really important news at the end. We've got the FOMC minutes. So this is not until 8 o'clock London GMT, but obviously any information that comes out of there can really move the dollar and pretty much any pair, because dollar is king. I don't know if you've noticed that by now. Guys, Jade, thanks for the analysis. You're welcome, Jade. Guys, if there's no more questions for today, we're going to wrap it up. But what I want to do, guys, is remind you to come join the channel. Subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and also smash the like button. We would love to have you join us, and I'll give you trade ideas every single day. All right, guys, that's it. We're going to call it a day. I hope you have a great trading day, guys, and check out my daily morning analysis every morning, guys. Yeah, so yeah, come and have a look at that as well. Have a great day trading, guys, and I'll see you.